Everyone I know.
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 Everyone I know. Everyone I know.
Welcome to Everyone I Know, the podcast where we argue about the mundane. We're here again in Troy, baby.
Yeah.
We made it. We're here.
Looks like we made it.
I'm here with my lovely producer, Brendan.
Hi.
Brendan has a hand mic, and he's being very creepy with it, and I just don't appreciate it.
I'm very uncomfortable.
I like it.
I'm also here with my brother, Chris.
What's going on, folks? Thanks for listening. And this episode, everyone knows, is brought to you by Audible.com. If you want a free audiobook and a trial membership to Audible.com, you can go to audibletrial.com/EIK. Why am I fucking this up right now?
I haven't done it in a week.
I haven't done it.
We haven't chilled in a week, baby.
Well, you know what? If you want to listen to an awesome sci-fi novel called The Expanse, you can go to audibletrial.com/EIK. They paid us once, they might pay us again.
If you want to support the cast in a different way, if you don't want us to send you dick pills or sell you dick pills, if you don't want us to sell you security systems, if you don't want to sell you audiobooks, you can go to patreon.com/everyone I know and give us $1 or don't. Either way, you listen to us. It's cool.
And shout out to all of our patrons. You guys are awesome.
You guys make it work.
Penguses.
Penguses? How dare you?
I'm sorry,
How
bro.
dare you? We'll have to explain because a lot of people don't know what Pengus is. Someday we'll
One
have
of
a
these
Pengus
days.
episode. Pengus is a statue.
We're explaining this to our guests right now,
I'm
folks.
sorry. We have a big boy guest this week, which is now my new tag. I can't stop saying
I don't know
it.
why.
We have the illustrious, the magnanimous, the magnificent, the other vocab word that's not coming to my mind. We have the V-Spot here. They are another local podcast in the capital region. What's up, guys? How you doing? Dani and Katt.
Hi.
Very confused. All I took out of what you just said was Pegasus, dick pics.
Pills.
Pills.
No, pills, so that you
I
can
see
send appropriate dick pics.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Okay.
Yep.
Other than that, good. I mean,
Yeah.
good. Great.
Yeah,
Doing really
yeah,
good.
You spoke for like a couple minutes. I'm already like, I have questions. So maybe we'll do a little debrief and you can explain what the fuck you're talking about.
Or maybe if we are some of their patrons, then we'll get more answers.
Yeah, okay, let's do
Or
that.
just have more questions. I feel like these guys generate both more
That's
questions
good
and
business.
some
You
answers.
guys do good business. That's smart.
Gotta
Smart
keep 'em
tactic.
wanting more.
Secret-y. Like, you got to get in.
Got to
Yeah.
keep
Get
them
the
wanting
answers.
more.
Yeah.
That
I
checks
like
out.
it. Yeah, it's good.
Why don't you guys tell us about your podcast, The V-Spot?
Well,
It's a veganish podcast. We
Yeah.
are two vegan ladies, and we like to talk a lot
Yeah.
about stuff that's relevant, but not all the time.
yeah, really strong emphasis on the ish.
Yeah.
And that's important because you don't have to be vegan to enjoy our podcast. We talk a lot about a lot of adjacent type things.
And sometimes not even remotely
Yeah,
adjacent.
sometimes
Totally
not even
different
remotely
universe.
relevant in any way, shape, or form. Sometimes it's just kind of like if you were grabbing drinks with me and Dani and we were just shooting the shit and complaining about our lives. That's what our podcast is. It just so happens that we're vegan.
Sounds familiar, Andy.
It's weird. It's almost like
Wow, that seems like a general thing that kind of happens.
it's like a podcast is like it's like friends talking to
It's
each
just
other.
like
It
people
is.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I think there's, at least with us, there's a little bit of arrogance that comes with that because we think people care about what we talk to each other
Oh,
about.
and that people think we're funny.
Yeah, we're like, people
Enticing.
definitely think that we're funny. We should put our conversations out in the public.
Yeah. And then like one person's like, I laughed about this. And we're like, of course
you did. Because it's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the V-Spot podcast in a nutshell.
I can give my recommendation. I listen to your podcast and I
did
enjoy
as well.
it quite a bit.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. Very fun.
I, in fact, have a little surprise for you guys. Are you ready?
Oh, no.
Use my little magical calculator.
The V-Spot. The V-Spot. The V.
Hold on. One more time.
This is Andy's new toy.
My new toy. I'm getting used to it, guys.
Oh, anytime. Man.
The V-Spot.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
V-Spot. The V-Spot.
There we go.
The V-Spot.
Yeah,
The V-Spot.
a little bit to get in the groove. There we go. There we go.
The V-Spot.
I'm into it.
The V-Spot.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
The V-Spot. The V-Spot.
Go to sleep, little baby.
This right there is how I felt. So I got, I don't know if anyone else has been to Happy Cappuccino ever, if anyone's coffee drinkers other than myself. I went the other day and I was tripping balls after their coffee. I don't know what was in it, but it was the most caffeinated thing. And that little
And that was
surprise
you?
right there was basically what was happening in my brain. For like, I had coffee sweats. It was just not great. It was weird.
Wow.
And then that happened after.
The vegan podcast.
Yeah.
So I spent $90 on that, guys. I had to use it.
Jeez.
Gotta pay the money back.
That's a fancy calculator.
So without further ado, I guess we're going to the old man minute. Are we doing
No,
that?
no old man minute. He's not very happy about that. I talked to him about it today. We've been recording kind of off schedule, so I don't think he realizes that. But he keeps on sending it to me every week. But yeah, it's
You're
not,
turning
not
our
syncing
father
up.
into a swim fan.
Yeah, pretty much.
No shit.
All right, then I guess we're moving on now to topic number one.
Cool. I am topic one today, folks. First time in a while, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I've been last recently. I don't know
Not
why.
last but not least. Sometimes you got to be a
course.
closer, you know?
Yeah. So, kind of what we were talking about before, you said that, it's like kind of like talking at a bar, right? That's what you guys do. It's what we kind of do too. And when you're talking at a bar, sometimes some crazy ideas come out and you're trying to get into like some strange scenarios. Now, might know you guys have some pets. Notice when you walked in, you're really big on the cats.
Yeah.
Very big on the cats.
Yeah.
Me and Andy grew up with dogs and cats and all that good stuff. So what I want to do is investigate pets, present and past, and what superheroes or maybe superpowers those animals may have. So,
Like a secret life of
Yeah.
pets, you know?
well, maybe not that.
No?
Maybe not. I don't. Yeah. It wasn't that great.
It was Hannibal Buress was in it, wasn't
Wasn't it? Was he?
I think so. I think Louis C.K. was in it too. So yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Canceled.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Wow.
So to start off, we grew up with a border collie.
Me
a
too.
Oh, they're the best dogs.
The best dogs
fucking world,
ever.
right? And it was Lucky. Lucky was great. And I think that her superpower, if she was still around, would have been to just materialize cheese directly in
Yeah.
front of her, or just to open up the refrigerator mainly.
Yeah, I think thumbs would be a superpower
Yeah.
for dogs. Okay, so I think if I'm correct, and you guys can, I hope that you will correct me on this. I've done a little investigation on you.
Uh-oh.
You, Danny,
Ugh.
have a dog,
I do.
and you have 3 cats, 2 cats, 4 cats.
4 cats.
Damn. Okay.
A lot of fucking cats.
You, Cat,
Oh, hold on
have.
to your hat.
Oh no.
Okay.
I thought you had 2.
I have 6.
Six cats. Oh my god.
Well, okay.
That's
to be
a small
to,
army. That's the Avengers.
Yeah, you're not kidding. To be fair,
to be fair,
though,
you moved into
I
some
moved
of
into
them.
some of
Okay.
them. So
Okay.
when I moved into my boyfriend's, I came with 4 and he came with 3.
Okay,
We lost
okay.
one in October, so now we're down to 6.
sorry to
so
hear
it's thank you. He had the most superpowers of them all, though. So yeah, so now we're down to 6. But you are right; it's a small army.
It is,
They take over my life. They have defeated me for sure. Yeah.
You guys both have. Okay, so I have a small theory. It's called pet points, and I thought that the maximum pet points you could have is 4. Cats count as 1 pet point, and dogs count as 2. So you guys together have 6 pet points and 6 pet points.
I actually also have
She
2
has
dogs.
2 dogs.
They're my boyfriends, though. They're not my favorite. Sorry.
I wouldn't even count them as
I
your
re-
dogs.
yeah, they're not
I
mine.
really
They're
wouldn't.
not mine.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no pet points for that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm actually okay with
No,
that.
no.
Yeah.
So like maybe the cats are like the X-Men and the dogs are like the evil X-Men. I don't know what they're called.
I think that the cats are probably the Marvel Avengers.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then the dogs are the X-Men. They're owned by Sony.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Different
Yeah.
franchises.
Different franchises can't
Yep,
cross
okay.
into each other's world unless it's Deadpool, in which
Yeah.
case they have
And Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. They had to buy him though. Okay. Pets have a lot of personality. Tell us a little bit about your pets, and maybe we can then assign them superpowers.
Jeez, I
based
don't know
on
how much time you have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long is this?
Well, so I'll start with, I'll talk about Lily mostly because she has the most personality of all 6. She is 5 pounds, literally 5 pounds. She's the smallest, but I refer to her as the Tony Soprano of cats because she's a fucking boss. Like, all of our animals are afraid of her. All of my animals have always been afraid of her. And she doesn't even do anything physical to really ignite that fear. All she does is look at them and
She
they're like,
just
I'm
radiates
sorry,
power.
I'll go.
Jean Grey. She's got psychic powers.
Yes. And she demands any and all attention at all times. Like, she is a force to be reckoned with. I lose sleep because she just, it's It's a lot.
No, I was going with the X-Men and the Avengers first, but maybe I like this idea of the Soprano family
Oh yeah.
of cats.
Yeah. That with my cats that might be pretty
That might
accurate.
actually work.
So we got James Gandolfini.
Yeah, she is the James Gandolfini
Rest
of
in
cats.
peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yes.
New Jersey will never recover. Do you have is there a specific area that Lily hangs out with that might be her bada bing? The strip joint?
Wherever, well, I guess, no, honestly, wherever a human is where she wants to
Okay,
be. Like
okay.
her big thing is if I'm there, if my boyfriend's there, if y'all were there, she doesn't really care who it is. She's not picky. If somebody is existing and there is a cat trying to get attention from that person, she's gonna take you out. Like she can't have it. She's top dog always.
Okay.
So wherever you are, that's her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 4 cats.
Ooh.
Weird brag, but okay.
Weird flex.
Weird flex.
That's what the
okay.
kids say, right?
Sorry,
Weird
I
flex.
was trying to keep it up to date. I mean,
Damn,
we
those are
made
perfect.
we had a meeting to make you start vaping so that we could get the jewel jokes in there. I learned how to do the floss dance.
Yeah, the Fetty Wap.
Shit, I
The
don't know.
Fetty
I don't
Wap
know
is
how
a
to do
man,
the
not a
floss
dance.
dance.
I'll show you afterward. It's a waltz. My friend showed me. It's a waltz. It's on waltz time. So that's how you figure it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
okay.
I don't know what a waltz is, but
I was just
my
gonna
friend
say,
assured me
okay,
that's what it was.
sure.
That's the
I
bum
follow
bum
that.
bum bum
Yeah.
bum bum. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
So now I can do it now.
Yep. Gotcha.
Perfect.
I can't. I don't.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Pet personality number 2. What do you got, Dani?
Oh, me. So I don't know if he can be assigned anything else, but I'm just going to more off talk about his namesake. I'm going to go with Hohenheim.
An origin story. Not an
Yeah,
orange story.
his name is Van Hohenheim. He's a
Okay.
character from an anime, Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay. Yeah.
Which one's? Because I've watched like this much of.
He's
I'm
father. He has
small- okay.
thousands of souls.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is my cat. He's very angry. I can show you pictures. And he demands your attention. Similarly, he's the smallest out of any of them. He's 9 pounds, 10 pounds, but he's always angry, always in the corner doing this. Always on your lap, always inconvenient, knocking things off the table, and has at least 10 different personalities in a day. So it's more, I don't even need to assign him. He is his namesake. He has thousands of human souls and wants more. And that's why he looks at you like that.
He is Legion.
Yes, he is. Oh, and Andy's in for the picture. on
Visual
this.
aid. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see the
Van
darkness
Hohenheim.
within him.
I didn't do anything to that cat.
Yeah, I know.
Why is he looking at me like that?
Neither did I. And he also likes to watch you pee.
Oh, all my cats like to
I
do
mean,
that.
yeah.
Which
who
is-
doesn't?
Probably with that exact same
Which is,
face, I would assume.
Really dangerous if you're a guy because he'll climb up on the sink and be right there ready to, danger zone.
Yeah, cats get really
good thing I sit
interested
when I
in the
pee, so-
stream. You sit when you pee now?
Every time
It's
now.
good for your health.
Yep.
Good for you. Good for
Oh,
your
I don't
blood.
know if
More
you
mindful.
know, Kat actually wants to try to stand while she pees.
Hey, switch it up. Whatever.
I knew it.
Go for it.
I think actually I told you that I did try once when I was younger.
Yes.
And it did not go well.
She meant last week.
I was younger
You were
last
younger.
week, so that's not wrong.
It checks out.
Yeah.
They have those. They have a thing that assists ladies doing that. I think it's called a go girl, which is
Yes, I
very
think that's
cute
correct.
and kitschy. But I don't know.
I don't know either.
Feel like standing up when you pee is great in certain situations, like writing your name and concerts.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? It's pretty cool. You should
It's
try
pretty
it.
sweet.
Try it. Give it. See if you can master it. I think it'd be good for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's really inspiring.
That's what we do here on
I
EIK.
appreciate your support.
Chris, not your dog, but a dog that you know.
Okay.
Pickles.
Oh, Pickles.
This would
Pickles
be
sounds like a great dog.
Pickles is my girlfriend's sister's dog. And she is a border collie. And she's a mix. She's a mutt, though, like a border collie.
she's an Aussie Shepherd too, right?
Yeah, Aussie Shepherd and Corgi, too, I think.
Really?
She's got the bug eyes.
She's got that corgi butt too.
Yep. But yeah, she's from Virginia originally. She's an
Southern
older,
Belle.
Yep, she's an older dog. I don't even know what she would be. What is that
Pickles?
spot? She was the Pope for Halloween, and I feel like that's a fitting. No, probably not.
She's super Pope, obviously.
Yeah, Super Pope.
Yeah, dude, she can bless you from a great distance. Far across the universe, she absolves you from your sins.
Yeah.
But truly, though, when Pickles gives you attention, it is a blessing. It's amazing. She's
like
a great
she just
dog.
sits there and she's just like, because she was a working dog before. She doesn't have a tail or anything like that, and so she just doesn't do anything unless she actually wants to or she's told to. So if she comes over and says hi to you, it's pretty sweet. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Like if she would be like a.
Maybe she could be like. See, I think that she is a
trying to think.
holy being. Maybe she is like a Van Helsing. Maybe she fights
Oh,
vampires.
yeah, she definitely. Yeah, she's got the moxie for it. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. She's got the work ethic as
Yep,
well.
Yep.
There you go, Pickles. Van
She
Helsing.
also she was the Pope for a while, so
Yeah, just like
so-
Van Helsing.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got a pet personality. My cat, Oliver, one of 4.
Okay.
He can talk to animals. He talks to you all the time. Chris, not a big cat person,
Not a big cat
famously,
person.
but
Sorry.
he is
Well,
gracious
it's-
enough.
Everybody has their moments when they're wrong. What can you do?
Yeah, fair enough.
I've seen Chris be very sweet with cats before, and it was mostly when our childhood cat died.
Yes.
Oh.
What was I gonna say? But so my cat Oliver, Chris, I had him come watch cats once we were on vacation, and you had like kind of like an odd couple thing going on.
Yeah, we
with
got into a
Oliver.
little bit of a screaming match.
Yeah,
Because like,
he-
"Rah!" I'm like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, "Rah!" I'm like, all right, did him feed? And he's like, "Rah!" I'm like, all right, here. Ugh.
it's because Oliver, we've trained him. When we speak to him, he meows back. So now Chris doesn't understand that you can't tell a cat no because he just thinks you're saying food.
Yep.
And then he says, "Yes, I would like some food." And
Yes.
Chris
Right.
says, "Food." And then he says, "You know what? I could go for a bite." So I believe that Oliver can speak to animals. So maybe he's like an Aquaman, and it goes well because he comes in the shower with me. Do you guys have any pets that do that?
No. I have a few that like to roll around in the water on the
Afterward.
bottom of the shower afterward.
Or lick the bottom of the tub.
Yes. Or we'll like stand on the edge of the bathtub. Like, I kind of want to try this, but I'm not going to do it.
Right.
But nobody who will actually get in.
Same.
Oliver does this thing where he'll walk around the edge of the tub, like while I'm taking a shower, between the two
Yes.
shower curtains.
Yep.
And then he's a big dumb doofus, so he'll fall in and then freak out. But then he'll like come back and then like come
Try it
in.
again.
Do it again.
He gets more confidence as he does it more and more, but he's a cat that comes around, he's just randomly wet, and you have to ask him why he's wet.
Oh, yeah, that's like my Piper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you sticky? Why do you
She's-
smell like
yeah,
that?
she's named for Piper Halliwell of the show Charmed. So
Okay.
I guess she would have witch powers. She can freeze time and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think all cats have a small witch energy
Yes.
to them.
She's a black cat, so
That makes sense.
Yeah, pretty sure they're all time lords of some sort.
Yes, for
Some
sure.
caliber.
They can see through time for sure. I mean, like they can't necessarily change the events because I don't want to like blame atrocities on my cat. Like, why didn't you stop
Good point. Didn't think about that. Yeah.
Oliver, why didn't you stop it? He can just see it. It's a curse and a blessing.
yeah.
Well, it's one of those cat things. They could stop it. They just don't care.
Yeah.
They don't want to.
Good point. Good
They
point.
see it.
Yep.
They watch it happen. They just don't care.
Stupid humans.
Yeah.
A cat cares not for the whims of man.
Yeah. They're higher beings than we are.
Angelicals do. Angelicals can.
Yeah.
What was that right there?
It's from cats.
Thank you for knowing that. Wow.
Oh, you have to understand.
That's a
I would
scene.
imagine, Chris, when you were in, I think it was junior high or maybe grade school at our school, did you see The Miracle Worker instead of Cats? Because it went back and forth. We had to see a play every year, one class,
I
like a
don't-
sixth grade class or something like
I
that.
don't remember.
Well, you probably saw The Miracle Worker because
think I saw-
Cats.
I think I saw the Diary of Anne Frank actually.
Oh, you know what? That's
Yep.
that's right. It's not Miracle Worker and Frank.
Yep.
But yeah, so we saw Cats.
It's a pretty heavy switch, by the way.
It is
Yeah,
quite
it
a
is.
swing.
Those two
that's,
are not even remotely
One of these
similar.
things is
Yeah.
not like the
That's,
other,
yeah.
for
Quite
sure.
a swing. There's cats in both of them.
okay.
Because Anne Frank had a cat.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? I remember before they went, they briefed us, and they're like, "Listen, Jellicle is just the name of the tribe of the cats. Don't get too wrapped up in it, okay?" We've had a couple incidents, people standing up, people going crazy mid-performance.
Keep your fucking hands down, okay? It's a tribe. That's it.
I remember they did the thing where they come into the audience and stuff, and I
Yeah.
was like, "I'm a child. Don't come near me."
I was also a child the first time I saw it. I was like 10, and I was like, this is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Please don't look at me with your cat eyes. But I loved every second of it, and then dragged Dani to see it as an adult.
That was my first Broadway show.
And I made sure that she sat on the aisle so that she too could.
So you get a cat on your lap.
Yeah.
Because they'll do that, right? They'll like climb on you and
They're
stuff.
right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like licking their like paws, and I'm like, "You're a human, though."
Not for that moment.
That spandex
theater.
doesn't fool me. I see it. I see your penis.
It's right fucking there, dude.
It's a human penis. I can tell. I know these things.
Exactly.
Okay. So now we've assembled a team. We have
yeah. What's the team?
the team is we have
Unstoppable
we have
team.
Lily
Yeah.
who has psychic powers. We have I forgot the cat with the van name.
Hohenheim, Van
Van
Hohenheim.
Hohenheim, who has all the souls. We have Pickles, who is Space Pope,
Space Pope. Cool. I'm cool with that.
a pope across time and
Yeah.
space. And then we have Oliver, who can talk to animals.
Where's James Gandolfini?
James Gandolfini's in the back eating a nice prosciutto sandwich.
Yeah, that's true too. She'll rip food right out of your hand. So it's
All right.
all accurate.
What's their villain? What's their main conflict?
It's either like a big dumb dog, unfortunately, or I don't know, like the cat catcher. Is there a cat catcher? Is that a thing?
There is a cat catcher.
Yeah.
They do exist. What about
What about the dude Gargamel from the Smurfs?
yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
He's trying to eat all the cats. He thinks they're Smurfs because he's
Yep.
dumb in the head. And
The years have not been good to him.
it's been a bad year. He's been very depressed.
He's drinking way too much.
Honestly, we should be reaching out to him instead of, just letting it.
He's losing most of his mental faculties.
I have a silent request that I say Alf.
Alf. Ooh, he eats
Alf, she
cats.
does eat cats.
Very
that
nice.
motherfucker.
Thank you, producer Andy.
This is what he does to us.
Yeah,
he just types
refuses
something
to
and then it's
speak.
like,
Yeah.
look. And we're like, okay.
Okay. Well, fuck Alf.
Yeah.
Don't come near my cat,
I
Alf.
heard they were
Honestly.
rebooting that, so you really might have to take that.
Well, then
up
we
with
have a
somebody.
problem.
Oh, we're going to
Yeah.
boycott the shit out of that show. No fucking way.
Well, if memory serves, like I never watched a show, but like watching like the best of the '80s or whatever the fuck, one of those.
I love the 80s.
Yeah, I love the '80s. They like the last episode, they like the government like captures him and like dissects him and kills him.
Is
and
that
shit.
true?
Is that
Yeah,
a thing?
pretty sure.
confirm.
Yes.
That's like it was insinuated. They didn't show it. It's fucked
fucked
up.
up.
Yeah, like the government just comes and just takes him.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the end of the show.
They just vivisect Alf.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Well, how about this? Our cats are peaceful cats. Our
Okay.
pets are peaceful pets.
Lily
Are
can't be
they,
involved
though?
in it if that's the case.
She's making some money on the side.
Okay, fair
Okay.
enough.
But I'm
She's
thinking,
getting her cut.
I'm thinking it's like a Spider-Man, where he's got a villain. He wants to punch him real hard, but he
Nope.
doesn't want to kill him.
Okay.
So Alf comes. He bites off Oliver's tail, and Oliver goes meow because he does that a lot. And then then they just beat the shit out of him mercilessly. He's a mess. He's on the floor. The government comes by. He's weak now. He comes. They start the vivisection process. The laser is coming down.
Jesus Christ.
It's getting ready to split Alf in
dark.
half. But who busts in? It's boom. It's boom. It's boom. It's all the pets. It's the Avengers. The Pervengers. We're working on it.
Yeah,
Shop it.
Yeah, it's work progress for the title.
They come in and they
Avengers.
stop the laser beam. Maybe it bounces off one of their name tags. Pshing.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Not an outdoor cat.
Wait,
Pshing.
the laser goes. It blinds one of the scientists.
Cuts him in half. It's a death,
Oh, yeah, cuts him in half.
laser. It's not a laser pointer. They'd be chasing that.
Puts a hole through the middle of his forehead.
Wow.
One down.
And I guess probably many, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe it hit.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of all the staff at once. Maybe
yeah.
maybe it hits a tank. It's a
Okay.
non-lethal gas.
Yep.
Ambiguous for the kids.
A sleepy gas.
It's a sleepy gas. It makes you tired.
Just go to sleep.
and then they save Alf.
Yep. And they all sing a song, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a pretty dynamic movie if you think about it. You think Alf is the villain, but in reality, the government's the villain.
Yeah.
So we have to beat up Alf, and then we have to save him. That
Right.
makes for a truly good arc.
Yeah.
So that's why Elf is the bad guy, because he's just been beaten down by the government for years and years,
There you
and
go.
like he's never been given real
His
food. and they
fucking
just
show got canceled. He's
yeah,
got
he's
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
He's in a bad place, like Gargamel.
They had to stop hanging out because Gargamel was even bumming him out.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, and coming to theaters this fall.
What is the Pervengers?
The Pervengers.
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 Working
Pretty good.
title.
I think
Yeah.
that's
Think
good.
it's
Yeah.
good? All right,
Yeah.
thank you guys. You make me feel good.
We like terrible things, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe it's not that good. I don't
You're
know.
like the queen of puns.
I really
Maybe
am.
you should think
so
on it.
No, I like preventers. Yeah. Because it's very preventative. Yeah, it works. It works well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I should learn how to do a rim shot on this
Oh
thing.
hell yeah!
I don't think
Of
I
what
could.
now?
A
Rim shot.
shot.
Da-da-da. No, we're not going to do this live on tape, dude.
Okay. All right. You guys don't have an hour to have me figure it out. I don't know what you're talking about.
There is.
Bop, 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 bop.
All right. Without further ado, moving on now to
Oh boy.
topic number two. All right, that's y'all.
Oh, great. Actually, you gave us a fantastic segue
Yeah,
for this. I am so
really,
excited.
really well done.
Yes, because on the topic of cats, the musical, not the animal. Well,
And also
also
kind of
kind of
both.
the animal, and people in costumes, we would like to discuss furries.
Oh.
A
Yes.
topic talked about but never discussed.
Yeah.
A topic mentioned rather.
Mentioned but never explored.
Furries, because we went down the deep, deep dark hole of whether or not furries can be vegan or vegetarian
Or
and
should
vice
be.
versa, or should they be, and
never
the problems they would run
That's
into.
right. See?
Right? And now you
See?
are.
Okay,
Yeah.
for,
Well,
for the listening audience at home, can we
Okay.
define furry? Because that is it.
Let's do it.
It's a person who dresses generally in like a mascot type thing, a furry animal
An
suit.
anamorphic
Yeah.
animal
Anthropomorphic
suit.
animals.
I can't say the word.
Anthropomorphic.
I
We've had a
know.
lot
Yeah.
of trouble with this on the show.
Anthropomorphic.
Yeah.
I also struggle.
Anthropomorphic. Can't say it.
Anthropomorphic.
Say it
See,
again.
yeah.
Anthropomorphic.
Is there? Is
It's
it
impossible
por
to
or
say.
po?
No one can say it.
Nobody can say it. Anthropomorphic. There we go. Moving on.
Anthropologist.
Big animal
so-
people.
Furries, yes. They are
Yep.
people who dress in costumes of some sort. They can be masks. They can be just ears and a tail. They can
Yes.
have gloves. They can have
They come up with their
feet.
whole persona.
Yep, fursona.
Persona.
Their
Yep,
fursona.
your fursona.
Yes.
Get real edutainment here, guys. We're all gonna
So-
learn something.
Yeah.
So actually, somewhere in this discussion, we're going to need you to decide your fursona.
Oh,
Unless
no
you know
problem.
right now.
No problem.
Do you know right
come
now?
up with something. Need a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. I was gonna say you were very confident with that. You're like,
I
I
mean,
thought
it's
about
like-
this.
it's
I
like
actually
the-
have my costume.
What I have
My
to say
clothes.
is it's like the flip of a coin. You know, when in the
Yeah.
air it tells you what you should be. I feel like you have something in your heart. You're just now being honest with yourself. And we'll give you that time to be honest with
What
yourself.
voice you're doing right now?
This is my therapist voice.
Oh, it's your
obvious-
therapist voice, okay.
Obviously. How does that make you feel, Chris?
Uncomfortable, really.
We'll let you think on it for a
Yeah.
few minutes.
Yep.
Yep.
Do I have to come up with a persona?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is who a furry is. Someone who dresses in some type of animal-like costume of some sort.
Yes.
So I've also fallen down this hole with the
Yes.
furries because everybody thinks it's like all sexual. It's really
It's
not, though.
No,
No,
it's a
it's not.
super
Yeah.
small percentage of
Yiffing is a
of-
very small
Yeah.
percentage
Yes.
of it.
Yeah.
Yiffing is the sexual act of furries. For those of you who
I got
may
you.
be wondering, that is what they do. They yiff, 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 yiff. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I will be honest. You taught me about yiffing about a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome. I didn't know.
But yeah, it was bred out of this like kind of like underground comic book
Yeah.
scene where they're drawing funny it's like funny animal cartoons more or less that talked and acted like humans, and then people really liked them, and then they're like, I want to dress up like them too.
Yep.
And then some people did a little yiffing.
Yeah.
Yiffing.
So the question that I have about furries is they live their lives as a normal person.
Yes.
And then at
Yep.
night, when they put on the fur suit, they become an animal, right?
Yes.
For all intents
Well,
and
yes,
purposes.
Well,
Yeah.
there's degrees of it too, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So pick your flavor, whatever tickles your pickle, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's like the big conventions and
There's even YouTube channels.
yeah,
Some
yeah,
furries
so
have
many YouTube channels. And there's it's all over LiveJournal and Reddit. It's
So
everywhere.
one of the guys from Insane Clown Posse's daughter's a furry.
That
yeah.
does not
and he's
shock
like
me.
super
He's like
cool with it.
Yeah, and like they did a whole thing about how she bought her suit and it was kind of a piece of shit, and they called him out, and then she got a better suit because of it or something like that.
Some
on YouTube.
people, we
they
were
judged
talking
her for having
yeah.
a bad suit.
Oh, no. She ordered with like a really nice one, and it came in. It was a piece of shit.
I
And
thought-
then they
I
called
thought
out the
the-
company.
I thought the
Yeah.
community was giving her shit.
No.
I would assume the furry community is pretty.
They're pretty accepting.
Yeah, pretty accepting
but
of
some
most
people
things.
are like next level. They
Yeah.
are very, like, some people, just do basic ears and tail, and some people go very, very far into
Well,
it.
I think that's where the levels come in too, because and I know you've witnessed this. Being someone who works in the mall, I see people sporting the ears and tail portion of it all the goddamn time.
Oh yeah, I saw a fur family
But,
walk in
yeah,
the mall
all
once.
the
It was
time
nice.
you see that.
Fur family.
Oh, yeah. Yes, a
Mother,
fur
daughter,
family. Okay.
son, and father, all for family.
I
Yeah,
wonder who started it. That's what.
that's what I would like to know too.
Well, they probably met at a convention, I would assume.
Well,
It had some fur babies.
the parents probably didn't meet the kids
Or no,
there. I would
met.
hope.
They met. No, the parents.
or maybe they did.
Parents
The
met.
parents met at a convention.
Made the
They
kids.
yiffed a little bit.
Yeah, they yiffed them
And then
out.
you
Couple of-
did
couple of
the
fur
BB
babies.
Furbies.
Yeah.
Furbies?
The Furbies.
Oh
Shit,
my
there it
God.
is.
Oh,
There it
we
is.
gotta go.
That's $1 million idea. All right, so now your question is,
So we started talking, I think we talked about it really briefly the time you taught me about yiffing, maybe, because there was an incident where, like, of course, PETA got involved and encouraged the furries to not wear actual fur as their suits, like make sure it was
Okay,
not
yeah, yeah.
actual
Yeah,
Yeah,
animal
well,
fur.
that makes.
And
That's
well,
just
who's
not-
got that kind of money?
Yeah, I was gonna say
anyway?
that's
Right,
not
nobody.
cost effective
Yeah,
at
I
all.
don't know. It's my understanding the furries got on board and they were like, okay, yeah, sure, PETA, like we agree, we're not going to do that. And
Yeah.
then so when we were trying to come up with topics for this, Dani came up with this because there's a lot of questions there, I think, right?
I mean, a basic question for me is you're not just dressing, you are identifying in that time when you put that costume on as, say,
Right.
like a wolf.
It's a full role play.
And a wolf is a carnivore.
right.
Okay.
So if you are a wolf, when you put on the wolf ears and tail or
Right.
however the costume is, do you then have to be a carnivore in that
No,
time?
I think that.
And if you don't, you're not really embodying being a wolf. You're kind of just a guy in a wolf costume at that point, not really a furry.
There could be different wolves. I would assume, like there's like like a wolf that grew up in upstate New York, and his parents eat rabbits all the fucking time, and then he's like, I like roots and berries and shit, and then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna blaze at 420 and just eat plants.
I'm going to eat plants.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it really depends on how much you give yourself over to the character or how much you create the character. Is it an inductive or a deductive process?
Ooh.
yeah.
I would say it kind of reminds me of Andy Kaufman. Do you guys know who that is?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I know
So,
who that
Our
is.
president
Oh, man.
If only, dude.
If only.
rips the mask off one day. I swear to God, it's gonna happen.
Nope. We just live in hell. We
Yes.
just live in hell. But when he was Tony Clifton,
I was
he
just gonna say, I'd take
smoked,
Tony.
he drank, he was not himself. So that's like another thing. It depends on if you let the character dictate what you do or if you dictate what the character does.
Because there's also the side of the whole idea is that they're really into animals taking on human qualities, right? So could you
Right.
be a furry
Anthropomorphizing the
who
animals.
still has some of your human-like qualities, which would be the choice to be a vegan, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Which animal do you think would vape?
Probably a wolf, right?
I think probably a wolf.
Andy's
The
going to
bad
have an
boys,
answer
Yeah.
for who's going to rip the thick, chunky clouds
Yeah, like
of the vape.
well, we're talking huge clouds.
I don't know, like a sheep, maybe puffy. No, not
Oh,
sheep.
yeah, no, I like
was gonna
that.
say like a side
Yeah,
because
like a
sheep are
little
quiet
cloud.
in the corner and inspired by its own fluff. It's ripping the thick, chunky clouds in the shape of sheep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
An elephant, maybe.
See, I'm picturing like a wolf
Like-
in a leather jacket. And he's like,
That's not
leaning
very
down.
vegan.
Cool ass wolf.
Andy would like to vote for the honey badger.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because Honey Badger don't give a
doesn't
shit.
give
Does
a
not give a shit.
He'll
Honey
he'll
Badger's
vape in your bar.
He's ripping Marlboros, man. He's not.
That's true. He
he's not
truly doesn't
vaping.
give a shit.
I get the image of just an elephant just blowing fat clouds out of his trunk.
Dude, he puts the jewel in his nose and then
I like
blows
that.
it out his
A
mouth.
wombat as well. Andy would also like to vote for a wombat.
Wombat.
What was
That's a
that
good
last
Chiller,
one.
probably.
A wombat would have square clouds.
Do they have square pupils? Is that why? Oh, they make square poops, right?
Yeah,
Cubic
yeah,
poop.
Yeah,
Oh,
cubic
wow.
poop.
Cute poop. Okay. I think that it's time to come up with our personas. Because I feel like you're leaning toward like you're the,
You don't think my persona's gonna fucking vape?
I think that there's
It's
a
the
high,
only joke I have.
I feel like
Just let him live.
I feel like there's probably a high percentage of people who are furries who vape. Like I feel like those Venn diagrams are nearly just two
Yeah.
circles. Hopefully not the furry family though. You got to save it till you're 18. You got to be of age.
Yep.
That's why they got rid of the mango pots. So Chris, are you gonna be a vaping furry?
I like the idea of the elephant.
The elephant.
Yeah.
Now,
I hold a grudge. Never forget. Fucking vaping.
nice. Now here's the question: does the jewel go in the elephant's mouth or in its nose?
Oh, it goes in his nose.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the
he
vape
holds
goes
it-
in one place and
he holds
the
it-
cloud goes out the other.
He holds it by the trunk, right? And he vapes out his mouth and then just
Oh,
out of his fucking nose.
holds the vape with the trunk, not inhaling with the trunk.
Yeah, but
Uses-
wow.
and then out right out his fucking
That's
nose.
kind of cool.
That's really cool.
I think so.
and he can vape in the bar.
Well, yeah, he's a fucking elephant.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. What? Is there some rule about elephants that I don't know? They can do whatever they want.
You're gonna
bars?
tell an elephant to stop?
Oh, I see. what
doing
you're saying.
anything?
He's a large animal.
Yeah, he's very large.
Okay. Because I was gonna say he could just put his trunk right out the window. Be respectful.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking more just being a dick. Are elephant sticks?
Yes, they are. Well, I don't know. Elephants are
I think
sweet.
they're kind of nice,
Yeah, they're
right?
supposed to be
Hippos
nice,
are
right?
dicks. That's
Hippos are
are-
assholes.
That's
Hippos
right.
are yes.
Yeah,
they
they're
kill
like the
lots
most
and lots of
dangerous
people.
animal on Earth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they are dicks.
Okay, what about you guys? What's your personas?
Oh man,
You know,
I'm caught honestly between a cat and a cow.
I didn't want to like take the easy road because my
cat.
name is Katt and whatnot, but I truly identify as a cat.
I do too because like my thing is in social situations I'm almost always like in the offset until I feel comfortable enough to come out.
Yeah, and
most people it's like
and
whether
I'm
or not they know
secretly,
it.
like screaming for attention, but then when I get it, I'm like, "Fuck,
Fuck you. Yeah, don't touch
Don't
me.
touch me.
Yeah. And it's like I consider it a blessing
Yeah.
when I'm in the company of other people
it's
to
like, you're
them,
welcome.
not a blessing
Yeah,
for me,
that's
a
right.
company to
It's
them.
you're welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
also
all I want to do is sleep and eat and
see, and I'm not good at sleeping. So I don't do that.
Oh, girl.
But I'm good at grazing like a cow all day. And I also have no sense of awareness of how like
That's
my body
true.
size.
That's true.
So like that's like cows because cows will come up having no idea that they are fucking ginormous.
Yeah.
And that's like me. Like I
That's
don't
true.
realize that like if I do this really quickly, my arm's just gonna
Yeah, you're
right
gonna
in your
knock me
face.
out through the wall. You're right.
So I'm like 50% cat, 50% cow. I guess.
You know, I've
It's
seen
tough.
some wacky furries out there. There's no reason why you need to constrain yourself to a canonical animal.
Yeah.
I've seen wolves that seem to have electric powers. There's
I
actually
like the idea of a furry that's name is Cat, but it's a completely different animal. Because that's just funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know then.
Like our buddy Steve, he has a cat whose name is Bear.
I love it.
Yeah, that's funny as shit to me.
Bear's a famous cat too.
He is a famous cat.
Bear
he
was
caught
memed.
that.
He was viral.
Yeah, he caught a.
There's
caught a
like
thing.
some video of him catching a ball, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
what it is?
What?
We'll have to figure it out. We'll
Far
text
more
him. Maybe we'll get
talented
it
than I
back
am.
from him. Yeah. Yeah, he actually Steve receives residual
Yeah,
checks
he actually
from that.
gets
Seriously?
YouTube
he gets
money
like
for,
$5
from
a
it.
month or something
Yeah.
like that.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
So he can pay for
Shit.
half of Netflix because his cat's cute. It's a fucking dream, dude.
That
Yeah.
really
Seriously.
is.
Jeez, I've got 6 cats and I'm not
You're making
monetizing
shit.
any
In
of
fact,
them.
you're just putting money into them.
I know.
constantly.
All
You gotta set up a
All right.
bunch
Money
of cameras.
Yeah.
We're all
Shit.
about schemes on this podcast.
Incentivize the cats.
Listen, you can have as many
Monetize,
Instagram
rather.
accounts as you want. You get one for each cat. You get one for the collective group.
Oh, and then you have the cats. They have like feuds between each other.
Oh, that's how you get.
Ooh,
That's how
yes.
you get the points. Is you start fake conflicts.
That's a
All
good
right.
idea.
All right. I got a lot to do.
Yeah, right?
Better wrap this up.
All right.
So your persona.
My persona is going to be because I'm Pengus is my god. I worship Pengus.
Yep.
I'm going to be a penguin, but not a Pengus. Pengus is different. I'm sorry that you guys don't know what this
I
is.
was just
Pengus
keep
is
hearing
okay.
Pegasus.
A ma-
I know that's not.
Pengus
not
is
the
a
same.
penguin statue made of plastic. He is about yay tall, and he comes with me to like music festivals. We take him out of the country. Like we're going to Canada this weekend, so we're going to bring him to Canada. He's a well-traveled fellow.
Are you okay?
He's
As long-
he's fine.
I'm just blanket statement.
As
like
long
I'm
as
not touching.
Pengus
He's-
is with
he's
me,
okay. I
Then
tried
you
to
are
lie him.
okay.
Then I'm
Okay,
good.
okay, that's
Let
important.
you know that she has like 12 stuffed animals on her bed that she
Yes,
has
I do.
named. They all have personalities. So don't let her come down on you for
Oh,
your
no,
penguin
I'm not.
statue.
couldn't stop me if you tried.
I was
okay?
actually going to see, do you have him in your car? Because I'd like to meet him.
He's not in
he
the
sounds
car.
like a lovely
I have
person.
beautiful baby pictures of him though.
Okay, done.
Well, you guys can exchange because she's definitely has pictures of her stuffed animals on her phone. 100%.
But yeah, I think that I would be a penguin, not a pengus. I can't take on that mantle. I don't have
Yep.
the energy and the power to do that.
Yep. Responsibility. You don't want that.
But I do like the idea of like a penguin,
Okay.
but with like fur of a mammal, perhaps.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because penguins have feathers.
What if it was just a penguin in some type of furry suit?
A penguin wearing another animal suit.
Yes, sir.
This
Okay,
is a
this
next
is-
level.
this
Bum,
is-
bum, 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 bum.
Perhaps he's wearing a sheep one day.
Oh, that's very cute.
Yep.
That's
Right?
very
Think
cute,
about
and
that.
and I love it.
That'd
Think
be
about
really
that.
So
nice.
different flavors to suit my fursona.
Yep,
The
yep.
fursona of my fursona.
You're letting your fursona be his own fursona.
Yeah.
That's really
That's
nice.
really big
Truly,
of you.
truly
that
open.
really is.
It's encouraging individuality. I like
Yeah.
it.
I'm not gonna put him in a box.
No,
No
absolutely
way.
not.
Letting
No
him
way.
spread his little wings,
Very
his little
expensive.
penguin wings.
Very
His
expensive
little
to have all these
flightless
suits.
wings.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. I have genuine preening oil all over me. Very slick. Very smelly. Do fursonas have? They probably have fancy names too.
I would think so.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's name ourselves, guys. This is what we're doing here. If we're gonna play fantasy make believe, why not?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I'm putting you all on the
Yeah.
spot,
That's a lot.
so I don't have to do
Okay.
it.
I'm an elephant. I never forget. My name's Chris.
Sweet, 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 sweet. Chris Powers.
Done.
Oh, God.
The elephant.
Deflect. I don't know if I have a good answer for this.
I'm inclined to steal one from the Andrew Lloyd Webber classic, but like that's not very original.
That's completely okay.
I don't know what you're
Is
talking
it?
about, so
Then-
it's fine.
Cats again. It's cats.
Okay, so that's it.
He's a knight.
Okay,
Sir
well-
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
The only thing that comes to my mind is Bum Ballerina, but she's not my favorite. So Jenny Any Dots.
There
That's
we
who
go.
I
There we
wanna
go.
be. Because she also tap dances. Yes. Yes.
There
Oh
we
my
go.
God.
Worked her right through.
I am seeing my true self for the first time. I am Jenny Any Dots.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna. Okay, that's good because I can feed off of that based on another cat's cat, who's also one of my cats.
Oh, right.
I'll do asparagus, which Gus is one
cat?
of the. He is a cat. He's the theater cat.
Oh.
In
theater
and also one of my
dog.
cats who I named after that cat. But my cat, Gus, has imprinted on my dog. And so he's like 50% dog right now, 50% cat.
There
He's
we
not
go.
really sure who he is. And so if I'm 50% cow and 50% cat, that works.
Yes,
So I'll
representing
be
unity.
asparagus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
The only cat's character that I remember is Rum Tum Tugger because it's a funny
that's
name.
not-
The
wrong.
Rum Tum
And he's also
Tugger
pretty
is
badass.
A curious cat.
Yeah.
he has a good time. He swings his tail. Good time for
There ain't no
everybody.
need for you to doubt it.
I feel like I can remember simple fractions now that we've talked a lot about this thing that happened. It's sixth
He
grade.
just went back to that.
It's
that
coming
mindset.
back.
Dude, improper fractions suck. All right, my final name. Oh boy, I'm a penguin that does what he wants. I'm an independent penguin. Bang, 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 bang.
I'm changing my name to BoJack Horseman.
God damn it. You're the depressed horse cartoon?
Yeah, the elephant though. The elephant named BoJack Horseman.
I'm gonna go with Nadine. Feels like a
Nadine?
it's a powerful name.
It is.
Nadine can run a
Nadine?
whole she can run an office, she do a whole thing. I think that
I like Nadine.
yeah, right. The reason why I say Nadine is because that's a persona that my girlfriend has that she puts on when she needs to like run the show. She puts on her Nadine character.
Oh
I was
yeah.
gonna
You've never
say-
seen Olivia do this.
No, I never have.
Her and Jess. It's Nadine, and then I forget what Jess's one is, but Nadine killed somebody. That's part of her backstory, and that's why
Hell yeah.
she gets what she needs to get done
yeah.
right away. So I'm gonna take on that energy and be
Well,
Nadine.
I was going to say Nadine sounds like the name of somebody who wants to speak to the manager.
Oh.
So
Yes.
Nadine
Yeah.
will speak to the manager, and when the person says, "Well, I am the manager," and it says, "Well, then listen up, buddy."
Yes.
That's Nadine's,
Buster.
Yeah. Oh, fucking no. She's laying a buster on him. Yeah.
I like calling people Buster. It's fun.
Yeah. You've been doing it a lot.
Yeah, I've been doing a whole bunch.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we've come together. We've made entire new lives for ourselves. I hope that I don't see anything in the paper about these characters because now it's all been put on out into the ether, and Don't rob a bank. Don't murder anybody.
Nope.
Not in your persona.
Or do it and just be smart about it and get away with it.
Mm.
Right.
Do a different one.
Yeah, do a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Local podcasters robbing local bank.
Dressed as
Oh,
animals.
play them out in The Sims is Andy's suggestion. If you want to live your persona life,
Ooh.
play The Sims. I don't know if you can be a furry in The Sims though.
You can?
Can
Is that
you?
a new,
Be a
is that a
furry
new
in The
patch?
Sims?
Can you?
Shit. Look at the Sims.
Well, I
being
know what
all
I'm going home to
inclusive.
do.
All right.
Wink.
Without further ado, we're moving on now to topic number three. Okay. Topic number 3 is me. All right.
You are the topic? We're going to talk about you?
Yeah.
Let's talk about you.
Oh, give me the attention.
Let's talk about you, Nadine.
I had a hard day, and I just need you guys. Now, I would like to talk about iPod broadcasts or podcasts. Did you know
Oh.
that that's where the fucking name of them came from?
I did.
Do you
See, I
guys-
didn't. I was about to be like, well, who the fuck has an iPod anymore?
That's exactly why it's been what's called backronymed. So now it's like playable on demand is what POD stands for, or payable on death.
Every day is a new day. I feel so alive. For the very first time. I'm listening to Mark Maron. I feel so alive.
POD is a band.
It's the
Yeah,
band,
well,
but-
yeah, we know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you guys were just like cooler than us back in the day, and like you don't not
no.
living in like the early 2000s butt rock.
I was having a lot of thoughts. I was worried about
I
Andy
know.
because he really wanted to talk over here, but he's still sticking to the shtick of not. So I was worried he was going to explode. And then I was looking at you because I was like, is this what we seem like? Because I mean, yes,
yeah.
because you guys are like us. So it's really great.
Except like it's usually
Cooler.
Broadway though.
Oh, yeah.
Funny
and
you
they're
should
cooler.
say that. I have a question.
Okay.
Yes.
Who is? I want to know who's the Dani and who's the Katt of EIK, and who's the Andy and who's the Chris of the V Spot. There's already an Andy, but this guy, Andy Powers, and Brendan is Andy. It's gonna get very confusing, guys.
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's. This is not the whole topic. That don't dwell too long on.
Okay,
guys,
okay.
All right. What I'm wondering is who's the bombastic one? Who's the one that? I'm just kidding. Who? Okay, let's start with ages. How about? Which one's the older brother? Which one is the younger brother?
Oh, she's old.
I'm
She's
the
old as
older
fuck.
one.
Okay. Are you the more centered, grounded one?
I think it depends on the day.
It depends on the day.
I think we're quite level.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we're about even in that way.
Yeah, it frequently happened today even. Like we'll both have bad days on the same day and then go to tell each other about it and
The other one's always like, "Oh, yeah, no, me too."
So like if she's irrational, I'm irrational.
Okay.
Like which
weird.
is sometimes problematic because like if she's irrational, I don't pull her
Right.
out of it. I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, we could say you because you've already started going to therapy, whereas I haven't. So I guess we could
You should-
say you. I know.
should do
it's-
that.
It's on my
It's a lot.
2019
Yeah.
goals.
Yeah.
I want to.
Well,
It's
he's doing it for
going
longer than me,
tomorrow.
but
I haven't been in therapy in years, and I
you
should go
haven't?
back because my life is worse than when I was.
you should talk to Josh, man. Shout out to Josh. You listen to the podcast.
Sponsor us, Josh.
About that GoPay.
so does that mean one of you is decidedly more grounded than the other?
I
Is
think
that what
that's
is that
Chris's
question?
job sometimes.
Yeah,
but we
sometimes.
switch though.
Yeah,
a
we
lot.
flop it out a lot. Depends on the topic or the situation.
Which one of you likes Queens of the Stone Age more?
Yeah.
I do. I've seen
Hell
them live
yeah.
There
twice.
you are. You're the Chris.
You're the Chris.
Yeah,
Hey, Chris.
yeah. Let's not listen to enough of the podcast because I talk about them almost every single time.
I think what we stamped it out though. That was a lot of earlier episodes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, and
I
I've
believe
seen
the
them.
first thing that Charlie
4
said on the
times.
first episode was, "What is the best Queens of the Stone Age song?" And you're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Just kidding."
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
On my close mic.
Oh, wow. Jesus Christ, it's so creepy.
It's like
I
we're
know.
right in your mouth.
Aw. Which one of you can't stop driving a one-note joke into the ground until everybody hates it? Because that's the end.
Me. That's me.
How dare you?
That's me. And it's usually a dad joke that nobody liked to begin with, and I keep repeating
She's
it.
gonna look to the whole room for approval.
Like I do like a
Like
this
this.
face where I'm like, waiting for everyone to laugh.
Do you just keep going if everybody doesn't think it's funny, thinking that if you keep going,
Yes.
eventually it'll be funny?
Yes,
You
I
know
do.
what, Brendan?
That's
Just for that,
definitely the ending.
Just for that, Brendan, do a Deadpool for me, real quick.
don't even know
Do a
what that
Deadpool
do
for
it,
me.
do
Do a
it.
Deadpool for me.
Do it.
Come on.
Do
I don't even
it.
know what that means.
Nobody knows what that means.
I have no idea.
I don't care,
But
just
I like
do it.
Deadpool. So
Hey, I'm Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. You got a Deadpool.
All right.
That was Deadpool.
Talking about podcasts now.
Okay.
All right. So
Podcast time.
So you guys are podcasters, we're podcasters, okay? We're all big deals, you know.
Yep.
We're all
Huge,
famous.
huge
It's gonna
deals.
be great, big deal, okay?
Big on the net.
One thing that I want to know is, like, let's just talk about what you guys listen to. What are you into?
Okay.
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 What kind of podcast do you listen to? If you had to give it like a thematic feel,
True crime
okay?
all the time. Slash anything that makes me feel like I am listening to people just chill. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
like I like what I liked about you guys is that you're just, and something that we've had people tell us is that it's like you're in the kitchen cooking and that you're listening to a conversation going
Yes.
on around you.
Fly on the
That's
wall.
Anything.
Yeah.
Basically, I will listen to any topic if that's the vibe of the
Yeah.
podcast.
I like a lot of shit, but I think like the general theme of all the podcasts I listen to is like storytelling of some kind. I
You
just
like Snap Judgment?
I fucking love Snap
Snap
Judgment.
Judgment's fucking awesome.
It makes me feel
great.
better about my own Snap Judgment. I just started listening to the podcast Imagined Life. Have you heard of that?
I couldn't get into it. I tried. It gave me a lot of anxiety.
I love it
So I stopped
much.
listening to it.
The problem I have with it is that I am too much of a know-it-all, and like halfway through, I start Googling facts because I need to know who it is. And I'm like, am I right? Am I right? I think I'm right. And so I Google it. But I
Yeah.
love it. That's my current addiction.
Cool.
What about you, Chris? What's your favorite kind of podcast?
I listen to some true crime. Like I like the true crime series, like In the Dark. Glad. It's not really true crime, but Gladiator, the one about Aaron Hernandez. Is that his name? I can't remember.
the
guy,
best football player?
the football clip
Yeah,
player that
Hernandez.
like got murder stuff. That and like Dr. Death and all those.
Oh, yeah.
But then once those start making me feel anxious, I switch to more of the kind of conversation stuff. There's one I'm listening to right now, Wizard and the Bruiser. It's all about
I love Wizard and Bruiser.
they're fucking great. It's just like two guys talking about video games and the history of video games.
They're
stuff
like
that.
origin
Whoa,
stories for
yeah.
pop
Yep.
culture and video games.
Yeah. The one about like Fallout's really good. I was listening to one about Fallout last night, and I actually bought Fallout 1 and 2 on Steam.
Oh,
I'm playing
wow.
it.
Good for you.
Yep. It's actually fucking really hard. I had to watch it on YouTube. Somebody play it so I could figure out how to fucking play it.
And I mean, last podcast on the left.
Yeah, I listened to the
obviously.
last podcast.
Yeah, I listen to
Yeah.
It's funny because at first I could not stand them. I was like, these fucking fools, these guys are morons. Realizing after a while that it reminds me of Andy, my fiance, not Andy. Me, Andy,
yes.
Powers,
Yep,
Andy.
yep.
Anyways,
Yeah, a
it's
lot of threads going
a lot
on
of
here.
Andys. It reminds me of him and two of his friends. Like they are
Okay.
distinctly those. And I was like, I fucking can't stand them. And then I had to just tune out the complete insanity and just really like focus on the topics they do. I love them. They're assholes, but I love them.
Yeah, I struggle with last podcast on the left. I feel like that's an unpopular opinion, but
No, I feel like
they're-
it goes one of
they're
two
hard
ways.
sometimes.
You love it or you can't.
They really hurt my feelings in the Ted Bundy episode, and I just haven't come back from it. When they made a comment about how like if you were ugly, you were safe, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was an earlier episode. I remember. Yeah, they've kind of
Yeah.
straightened it out since then. I remember listening to like some of the early ones, like I don't think it was Satanic Government or something like that, but one of the early ones I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they also dropped the Hong Kong Henry Zabrowski thing after a while.
Yeah.
That was a little too far. But anyway,
Anyways.
my favorite kind of podcasts are not thinky podcasts. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because I generally listen to podcasts at work, and like I need something that's just kind of talking and like funny and like keeps me moving in that direction. But I try to do like the NPR podcast or like, I mean, I listen to like Serial and S Town and that kind of stuff.
That
Like, I've
sounds
listened-
fucking amazing.
I love them, but I think that I don't know. I think it's I can only listen to those kind of podcasts when I'm with somebody else.
Really?
If I'm listening to like a funny one, that's for me, and I can also listen to it with other people. But like Serial, I shared with my girlfriend. Like we listened to it on a drive, or a lot of it on a drive. And like same thing with S Town is the same thing.
Yeah.
Like mostly it's just drives between here and Montreal. I get those kind of things out of the way. Okay. Speaking of which, where do you guys listen to podcasts the most? Like where and when? Like when in your day, maybe.
It all depends. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. I kind of categorize mine because I really like Criminal. That's a good podcast, but I
It's really good.
tried listening
Short.
to that
Criminal's
at
great.
work.
In and out real quick. It's
It's
awesome.
so good, but it's so interesting, like
Yep.
to me, that I can't work
Mm-hmm.
and listen to it because I start not working and I'm listening to the podcast. So that would be one where I'm driving or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so it all kind of depends. Every night as I'm going to sleep, I listen to the Good McElroy Boys.
Okay. MBM.
Yeah, I mean,
Bam, bam.
I fell
yeah.
off from them. I don't,
No,
I don't really listen to
how?
them.
I listened to too much too quick.
Yeah, I like found out about them, started to listen to like all their shit, and I'm like,
It's a problem. I think I've listened to every episode at least 6 times.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's a lot.
I got a lot of content.
It's so good though. I don't know. So it all depends. I like the more frivolous, foolish things at work when I have to concentrate, and then more of like the story things, things that involve my intention. Oddly enough, while I'm driving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel like I listen to them most exclusively when I'm driving. And then maybe sometimes if I'm like cooking or doing something that's going to take me a really long time, like if I'm cleaning or doing something that I don't want to be distracted by like having the TV on or something like that, I'll put a podcast on to listen to.
Something that you need to use your eyes for, but not your ears or your reading or something like that. Like I can't, obviously you can't listen to a podcast and read. It doesn't work.
Right.
Crime podcasts. Have you listened to True Crime Profiles? It's really good.
Excuse me.
It's
I'm gonna need a list of all these after.
I know, right?
It's a couple of forensic pathologists tearing apart other true crime things.
Oh, cool.
Like their first like 7 episodes is them tearing apart making a murderer.
Oh, really?
Oh, I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
Okay, yeah.
And basically
Yeah, I
talking about
watched
everything
that.
they
We
left
listened to that
out
earlier.
and that kind
What's
of stuff.
that called again?
True Crime Profiles.
True Crime
I'm on
Profile.
it.
So there's that,
go.
and then they do the
That's
People
what I'm
versus
gonna
O.J.
do tonight.
Simpson after that, and it's a big focus too on like they spend a lot of time tearing apart any true crime thing that like doesn't really talk about the victims or anything. So they spend a lot of time talking about that stuff. Like they really tore apart People versus O.J. for like sidelining
yeah.
the stories of
Yeah.
the victims entirely. But they're like
cool.
170 episodes deep or something like that, and they just go through like documentary after documentary
Oh, I'm
and just
here
tear them
for
apart.
it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's really, really good.
Excellent.
Perfect.
I just listen to people play Dungeons and Dragons. That's most of my podcast.
Yeah, that's another distinct category.
Yeah.
Coming soon, by the way, folks.
Yeah, we're doing one as
Very
well.
soon.
Are you guys doing it?
Wait, what? You're doing what?
We're doing a D&D episode coming up.
No. It's,
Are
Andy
you?
would Andy would
Ooh,
like
what do we
to
got?
because we like to play D&D a lot. And actually, a thing that we were talking
Talk
about
to the dungeon master over there.
is no.
It's weird that the producer of 2 different podcasts are
the
both
producer.
fucking dungeon masters.
That's strange.
It's
coincidence.
weird.
I think
Dude, nobody
not.
else can hold a game together for more than like a week. So like, why have to DM everything?
It's true. You're
I've
DMing
got like
our
4
life right
games
now.
like, going on
Oh my
right now.
god,
I play
he
D&D like
is
twice
you.
a week.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you guys, you gotta get a room.
We will be doing our D&D podcast featuring Paul, returning guest.
I'm willing to one-off that anytime that you want to guess.
I
If the
want
first
it.
one goes well, we're probably going to do more with like 1 extra person every time.
Done.
Oh my
And
God.
then-
I'm on
Kind
it.
of like the
I want
format of
as
this
far
podcast.
away from that as possible.
No, I want that.
I'm going in
gonna be
completely
great.
blind. I've never played D&D. I've already created my character though, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now it's time to enter the bravery zone, everyone.
bravery zone.
Okay.
We are going to do a little game here.
Okay.
And I want you guys to understand that we must withhold judgment from one another.
That's
this
not
is the
gonna happen.
bravery. This is the bravery zone.
not gonna happen.
Okay. No one's feelings are getting hurt
That
if
goes
someone
against
says they
like,
don't like your favorite
the
podcast.
credo of this
Should we,
podcast.
Listen to me.
should we maybe say instead that we accept each other's judgment?
There we go. I like that.
There you
Okay,
go.
there
Sounds
you
like somebody who knows what they're talking about.
It's because we're kind of judgy as fuck. So
Okay. So it's basically a similar format to Fuck, Marry, Kill, but it's
Okay.
going to be
Okay.
it's 2 positives and a negative, right?
Okay.
Fuck, marry, and kill. Now, I have a list of things that you can answer, and I think I've got a ton of them. We got 4 people, so if something sparks your brain, just shout it out and say what podcast this is for you.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm gonna try to get everybody to do 2 positives and 1 negative. Okay, so the first one is this is a positive one. What is a must-listen podcast? Something that you would want to force other people to listen to if you were given the ability.
Everyone I know podcast.com.
God damn it. All right. Do you guys, does any of that spark anything for you guys?
S-Town.
S-Town. Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean-
S-Town was great.
I mean, Danny and I are super predictable, and we pretty much like worship the ground that My Favorite Murder walks on.
Okay. Oh, you guys are a rare breed between both Last Podcast and My Favorite Murder, because I feel like it's always a spectrum between the two.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, how about one that you are ashamed that you listen or listened to?
Everyone I Know podcast. No. I don't know. It was his
Very
first
nice.
answer. It felt
Very
right.
nice.
Okay. Fair enough.
I keyed.
We're in
I
the bravery
keyed.
zone.
I keyed. I like you guys.
I'm not really embarrassed by any of my podcast choices.
Do you have one? I bet you I know what you're going to say.
Fucking, what's it called?
Sword
Sword
and
and Scale.
Scale.
Fuck that dude and fuck that podcast.
I only listened to a few episodes of that because it was such a fucking downer.
He's, well, not only that, so
A
I
lot
listen,
of outside controversy.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he's an asshole. And he like creeps on girls that like follow him on Twitter and shit.
Shit.
And he like
Yeah.
he's like yeah, I bring you guys a fucking free podcast and you guys can't even send me $1 on Patreon. Fuck that dude. Mike
Yeah.
Bidet, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like,
And don't
Glad
forget
I
to sign up
didn't
for our
stay.
Patreon.
Yeah, if you guys got a buck,
Same,
you know, we bring
same.
you a free podcast every week now.
Yeah, I
no,
don't
he's
like-
just a piece of shit.
yeah, he also like does a thing where he'll like bury people, right? Doesn't
Yeah.
like
Like in his backyard.
Like,
no,
Yeah.
not
No,
sorry,
probably.
wrong verbiage there. If somebody tries to bring a claim against him,
Yes.
he like has his like online
shit.
community
Yeah.
attack them.
It's a huge it's a
Wow.
huge podcast.
Yeah, they're pulling
Yeah.
in like 30 grand or something on their Patreon.
Oh,
at the
probably
height-
more than that. Yeah, 'cause
which is
they
like
also have, like-
$500,000 a year.
Yeah,
something
and,
like that.
and they
It's
also
nuts.
like have a premium service too, and he fucking cries poverty. He's a piece of shit, and his content sucks now. It used to be
Yeah.
pretty cool, but now it kind of sucks.
Wow.
Wow.
I'd be
Yeah.
happy with $5 for
I
the
know,
Patreon.
honestly.
for
Well,
us.
I'm glad I stopped listening to it then.
Yeah, fuck that.
No, fuck him.
Okay, so that is your negative. Chris.
I really kind of hope that somehow he finds out because if he ever gets any negative comments, he like attacks people.
Oh, I'll fight him.
I fucking
just fight him with
that
my,
would be
with my
fucking
hand.
amazing.
Well,
Oh,
we got
we can bring the
together.
Preventers with us.
Yes, the
Fuck
Preventers.
that guy.
Fuck Mike Bidet.
All
Mike
right.
Bidet.
Do you guys have any podcasts that you wish you could join, maybe for a single episode or just as like a cast member?
Ooh. Oh, well, on the topic of D&D podcasts, I'll do Critical Role.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like 7,000 times creepier today with that
I
mouth.
know. I like it.
Yes.
Look,
Yes,
me
yes.
and my wife watch Critical Role every week,
Yeah.
and then we watch like the interview show after Critical Role on Tuesday.
Tox Machina.
Yep.
Tox Machina. Couldn't
And
get it
then
out.
we talk about Critical Role for the rest of the week. We don't even watch TV anymore.
Well, that's
Critical
because
Role's
one
so
episode of
fucking
Critical
long.
Role is 5 hours, which
Yeah.
is several different shows.
And it's
yes.
5 hours of awesomeness.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yep.
My answer would be My Dad Wrote a Porno.
Oh hell yeah! I forgot about them.
yes.
They're still going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
I
doing a
listened
live
to-
show for HBO.
Are
Oh,
they
that's
really?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for them. That's
I
such a
know.
great premise.
Yes, it really is.
I like that the dad got into it and started
Yeah.
writing more.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's
Well,
beautiful symbiosis.
What's the name of the girl in it?
Belinda.
Belinda.
Blinks. Belinda
Blinks.
Yeah.
Her nipple tops.
The youngish man.
Yeah, pomegranates. They hung there like pomegranates. Oh, it's so good. I forgot. I gotta get back into that.
You're
They're fucking
welcome.
great. Yeah, I forgot about them.
What is a podcast that you will never listen to and you're so sorry, but you just can't do it? And someone's told you to listen to it. but you just
Freakonomics
won't
Radio.
do it. Freakonomics, not
Yep,
happening.
it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm not gonna listen to it, dude. So stop talking to me about it.
I don't know if I have any that someone's. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
think I've had that. Mostly, yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I don't have any that someone was like, you should listen to this, and I did, and was like, I'm not fucking listening to that. Like, I don't have any of those.
Let me try to reframe that. It's not so much that you're like upset about it, you're
Yeah.
not going to listen to it. It's like you did it, it just didn't stick in your brain,
Yeah.
and you feel bad.
You should
I
like
feel
it.
like I need to review.
You should like it, but you don't. Can I go back to be part of a podcast?
Sure.
Ear hustle.
Ear hustle.
I
You want to go to
San-
jail?
I want to go to San Quentin jail. That podcast is amazing, by the way. He got out of jail.
Did he?
Yeah,
Good for him.
Yep, one of the main guys. He got out of jail. Well, the main guy.
That ear hustle
line.
is mine.
That
I have
one.
not listened to it, and it just
You
I'm just-
should
I'm
listen
so
to it. It's so
sorry. I'm so
fucking
sorry. I
good.
didn't mean to hurt you.
In Queens of the Stone Age, they played at San Quentin recently.
Okay.
Actually,
Oh, I actually have one that
Yeah,
just
I
brought
have
up like
one.
I have. Well, okay, I have
Yeah.
one that I kind of recommended to myself, and then I was like, no, I'm not listening to
Yeah,
this
mine's
anymore.
kind of an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
is it?
Yes.
yeah.
Bring the takes. Yes.
Okay, you go first. Go.
Lore.
Lore.
I hate his voice.
It's his
Yeah.
voice because it puts
can't
you
do it.
to sleep.
It's so boring.
Like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk like this now.
And
Yeah.
there's a Mothman, and he's
Yeah.
flying against
Can't
the
do it. I had to
fucking
review. I had to
light.
review my library to remember that.
Actually, I
don't
kind
like
of agree
lore.
with that. I like the content of lore, but his
Yeah.
voice
I
truly is
Voice is a lot. Voice is a lot.
And mine is Two Girls, One Ghost. I wanted to. It's a pretty
heard of it.
low pod. Not I guess huge at this point yet,
Yeah.
but I wanted to. It's ghost stories and whatever, and I listened to like 2 episodes, and I was like, no, this is annoying, and I can't stand it.
Ghost stories are very tough to make entertaining because
Yeah.
they sometimes just sound like dreams and people.
Well,
Yeah.
and they're really. It's funny because it's like joking. They'd be like. Did I just hear something in the closet? I'm like, no,
Oh,
you
come
fucking
on.
didn't
No, you
hear
fucking-
anything. Stop it.
Is it cold in
No,
here?
you didn't. Yeah, exactly. Did I just see something on
I
your
literally
screen?
have
No, you
goosebumps
didn't.
right now, or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
All
You're like,
stuff
no,
that
you
you
don't.
can't
Stop
verify.
it.
All right. Is there anyone out there, perhaps a celebrity, that you wish would do a podcast that is not currently?
Josh Homme.
Josh Homme.
He actually kind of has one. It's the Alligator Hour.
Yeah.
It's a curated radio show.
I don't know if I have any.
I don't know either. I just, well, no, I don't know. I can't think of
Nick
anybody.
Myers.
Nick Myers, our friend Nick. No, they're actually. I do agree with that. A
Yeah, I
lot of
really
people I
think-
know should just have podcasts.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a podcast network full of people that we know just doing their own fucking shows.
And they pay like a monthly fee to
Nope,
us.
get out of the scheme zone. No
And,
schemes.
like,
Not
they're
scheming on our
yeah,
friends.
okay, we've had this talk before.
Nick, you don't want Nick on your network
Why is that?
because he would overshadow you.
Oh, how dare
Yeah,
you?
no, then we start making money off them.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
we
it's a
milk him.
pyramid scheme, dog.
Yeah, I feel like it's just he's going to become really famous. He's going to
Yeah.
be like our Gwen Stefani, and we're going to be No Doubt.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know what?
It's fine.
I'd be
I'm okay with
fine
that.
being No Doubt. I'd be
You're acting
proud
like we're,
to be No
you're
Doubt.
acting like
Me
we're
too.
not cool with shilling. Like, come on.
Okay, is there a podcast that you wish you could relive your original experience with it?
S-Town.
S-Town. For me, it would be
Jeez.
Comedy Bang Bang because I really enjoy. Comedy Bang Bang was the first podcast I listened to, and I loved it. And it's changed a little bit since then, and like they did like the whole Stitcher paywall thing, which I cannot fucking stand because they're just classic episodes that everybody should be able to hear.
First season of Serial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I got into it late. So
I liked
Andy,
it.
leave my house.
I liked the first season when I was listening to it. When I go back and think about it, I did not particularly like
It
the way
definitely
that she represents
plays
with
with
it.
you.
Yeah,
Like she
I didn't like-
very intentionally tells the story in a way to screw with you. but I don't
S-Town,
mind
made
that.
by the same people, is a much better, more realized
Yeah, I agree.
project. Like that's amazing.
Yeah, I
Yep,
think
I
the
actually
thing
do
about-
have one for that.
Okay.
For
Sorry,
S Town, I listened to S Town in
I've listened to it 3
basically in
times.
like one sitting. Like
Yeah.
it was just
Oh yeah.
and so it came to me so quick. But Serial, the first season, I listened to as it came out.
See, that's a different experience.
So
yeah, I
that's why
binged it.
I think reliving that one is
Yeah.
like because that took place over such a long period of time.
I think the first time I listened to Imagine Life, I was driving down to the city, and the first one that I listened to it backwards because I listened to the most recent, and I listened to who ended up being Dr. Seuss, and I like started crying because it was like the most touching story. And then after that was Ellen DeGeneres, and I just started crying again because it was just the most touching story. So I guess that because I had such like a really good
Yeah, and you're not going to get that
reaction.
again.
Yeah,
You know, once you know.
because I know who it is, and yeah.
Dr. Seuss was a great guy.
Yeah,
he really
and,
was.
and I didn't see it coming. I was
Yeah.
like, "Is it this guy? Is it this guy? No, who could it be?" Because I didn't know that about his life.
He's like woke since the 60s.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So mine would be. It's funny going through. I was like, what do I? I'm not even subscribed to it anymore. Would be What's the Tea? RuPaul.
Yes.
yeah.
Because I listened to that hardcore for so long. I loved it, and then I just kind of fell off of it.
Yeah.
And it was inspiring. It was funny. And then I just stopped, and now I'm like, I don't know. So I wish I don't know. I wish I could just go back and relive that novelty, I guess.
If you like that, you might like Race Chaser, which is, I think it's hosted by Shangela. I forget. It's a couple people from Drag Race, and it's really good. It's on Forever Dog, which brings me to another one. Is there one that is new to you, but you are currently obsessed with? And for me, it would be Las Culturistas, which is amazing. That's Matt Rogers and Bone Yang. It's like a gay people, comedy. It's good. It's really good. I guess they go through culture. Like the question that they have is, what's the culture that made you think that culture was for you? Which basically is just saying like, what's like a childhood memory of like when you finally felt like, oh yeah, I get it now. Which is really cool. And then they have like a lot of cool guests. They have people from Drag Race on. They have like New York City comedians, stuff like that. But it's great. It's a great show. And they're also very funny. Do you guys have anything that's new on your radar?
Bruiser and the Wizard. Thank you for that. By
Wizard
the way.
and the Bruiser.
Wizard and the Bruiser. I've listened to like a bunch of their shit
they're
in the
great.
last couple of days. It's great.
Honestly, back to Criminal because I only started listening to that maybe 2 weeks ago, 3
it's
weeks
great.
ago, and it is
so
very.
good.
I'm Phoebe Judge. It's so good. It's really good.
The episodes are so tight and so
what,
dense.
20 minutes,
Yeah,
30
they're
minutes,
So,
like-
they're perfect.
Yeah, they're really good. Yep. So that, and honestly, as the Critical Role, I didn't listen to season 1 of Critical Role at all or watch the first campaign of Critical Role. So I guess technically it's new-ish because they've been doing it much longer than I've been listening / watching.
Yeah, it's tough to go back and do the first season because it's just it takes
you
a while
spend a
before
year
they get their
doing
shit
it.
together.
Right.
Like it feels like what I think ours will probably end up feeling like for
Hell
the
yeah.
first few episodes at best. But then eventually
It's gonna be
they get
amazing.
together.
Keep it down.
Yeah, I watched the last few episodes. It's like the only ones I could really make it through. It's really hard to get into that season by itself. I don't think they have any like recaps or anything. So you basically have to sit through like the equivalent of like 10 TV shows, like full runs worth
Yes.
of content
Yeah.
just to catch up.
Complete.
Yep.
Yes.
But the new season's great, and there's
That's-
catch-up episodes and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
I have one final question, and this is going to be a spicy one.
Oh boy.
Can't wait.
Remember, we are in the bravery zone. We're not
Okay.
going to judge each
Okay.
other, and our fucking fans are not going to judge us either.
Okay.
We're in the bravery zone. Look at me. Look at me into my eyes with your ears. I love you.
You talk to our fans.
Talking to the fans.
Okay, cool.
That's my fan voice. Can't you tell?
Okay. What's up, old man?
Okay, because you were like looking at the table.
I was looking at the microphone. Looking at
I
the
was like,
microphone.
what is he saying?
What is a show that you wish you could personally end or you believe to be overrated? I will give my truth, and if you guys have one, you are allowed to say it.
Okay.
Mine is the goddamn Joe Rogan experience.
Well, yeah.
Because fuck
that
that
dude.
guy.
Yeah.
Fuck Joe
that
Rogan.
guy.
Fuck his fucking alt-right bullshit. Every single motherfucker on that show is like, it's the fucking straight, starter pack for little Nazis, and I hate it. So I'm sorry if that offended you, but it had to be said. And I'm not the first person to say that.
Probably fucking Sword and Scale, man. Because
Yeah.
he's just a fucking asshole. He's a piece of shit. I don't like him. Don't like him. Don't like the guy.
Is there anything out there that you guys want to end?
Oh,
I'm gonna back your Joe Rogan for sure, and anything
Yeah.
similar to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that falls into that category.
Sam Harris. And Sam Harris's podcast.
What's that? I don't know.
He's the worst. He's on Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a
he's
real
in that
Joe Rogan
milieu,
type.
yeah.
What's there's that other guy, Ben, what's his name?
Ben Shapiro.
Fuck Ben
Yes.
Shapiro.
Yes.
Let's end his podcast.
I was looking through like lists of like top 100 podcasts or whatever, and I saw him. I was like, next, that's not even fucking
Yeah.
real. Like, whatever,
Yeah.
dude. He's a little baby boy. He
Yeah.
needs to get his
Alex
eyes punched.
Jones.
Alex Jones doesn't count, dude. He's
He's
he
a
obviously
fucking caricature.
just break his head with a rock.
Yep.
All right. Let's do one more nice one. Get our spirits back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now I'm all
what's up.
angry.
Right.
Oh, Bon Appetit has a podcast.
Who do you think is the best voice in podcasting?
Chris Powers.
How dare you?
Yep.
Who do you think has the smoothest, butteriest voice?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, are you fucking kidding me? Billy Blue Balls?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bill Burr here with the Monday Morning Podcast. I don't really listen to him anymore.
Yeah. I like Duncan Trussell's voice.
Yeah.
He's like, hey guys, I'm Duncan Trussell.
Andy would like to vote for Roman Mars.
Ah, yes. Of 99% Invisible?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thinky podcast. Curveball there.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's not from me. Definitely not from me.
Oh, what's his name from Snap Judgment's really good, too.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck's his name? I don't know. I can't think of his name. But he's really good. He's got a good speaking voice. He gets people on that have really good speaking voices, too.
Yeah.
Any of the NPR.
I was going to say any of the NPR.
Yeah, I think that's a prerequisite. They need to have a silky smooth voice that's been cultured
on NPR.
by like cigarettes for like 10 years.
You think it comes from cigarettes?
Yeah.
Or do you think it just comes from a college education?
I gotta maybe unconventional vote for that.
Sure.
Okay.
Hard-
Joe Rogan.
Hardcore history.
Oh, he's great.
Dan
He's
Carlin.
fucking
Yeah.
great.
great.
His
Dan
voice
Carlin.
is great.
when
It's
he
amazing.
gets worked up about something. But what does he say weird?
Oh, is it like measure? Does he
Yeah,
say measure?
there's something else.
again.
Again and again and again.
And the Spartans, they came through the hallway again
And again and again and again.
All right. Well, that's all over to podcasts. Everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, has any of your lives been affected negatively by podcasts? Yes. It's too much. I listen to them too much.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I feel bad that I don't have more time to listen to them.
Yeah. It's like we had TV and movies and music, and now you have a whole nother fucking genre of things that you have to listen to that take up so much time.
Can't get enough.
Right.
All right, well, I think that's it.
Folks, if you're still listening, thank you for listening.
Yep, we appreciate you, and thanks for coming on, Dani and Katt.
Thanks for having
Thanks for
us.
having
This
us.
was fun.
Good time.
Do you guys have a little thing cooking up that you
Yeah, got something to
might-
plug?
Yeah. We just announced today that we have a Patreon now.
Like
so.
it's a little BB of like
a few hours old.
maybe 6 hours old, 5 hours old.
EIK exclusive.
Yeah,
right. That's
you heard
exactly
it
right.
here
Yeah.
first. Quite literally,
We
because
did.
this is our episode for the week. So
Haven't,
this is
talked about it before.
yeah. So fun content.
Super
What's
fun
the what's the
content.
URL for you guys on Patreon? Do you know?
That's
Andy,
that's
can you use
Andy's
your
gonna
voice?
You can use your voice, dude. No,
No, he's not.
The V-Spot.
Thanks, Andy.
The Vegan Podcast.
Is this just quite literally what you sent us earlier?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It's patreon.com/something.
Yeah.
Probably the
Where's everyone I know?
Is it just the V spot? Yeah, it is.
We're the worst.
The
Page-
V-Spot.
Yeah,
Yes.
patreon.com// the V spot.
Nice.
The V-Spot.
The V spot.
Where else? Where can people find your content?
All over the place.
All over the place, but if you go to the vspot.fm, then it is all there. You
Ooh,
can
you got the
choose
dot
your
FM.
Everything in one place.
Yep, choose
Very
your favorite
cool.
outlet. You can email us from there. You can follow us on Instagram. We
Cool.
post a lot of food pictures because who doesn't love to eat?
That's right.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's right.
so anywhere there.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming on. And
Thank you for having us.
oh yeah, no problem at all. And folks, if you're listening, thanks for listening, and be nice to each other.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
That's right.
Nice. And support local Capital Region podcasts.
Yeah, seriously, please.